So I cannot go out there.
Oh.
And
okay, we are. Hey, Bridget, we are live.
oh,
That's
fun.
the rumor anyway. That's what Chadwick's just said. So, for those of you that are popping on, I'm really not going to pay attention to you for just a second because I got to figure out how to pull up the live. Oh, it was in my notifications this time. Yay! So we can see if we can get the live, and then hopefully I can follow comments. All right, Chadwick, are you the only one on right now? Ooh, Stacy said hi or morning. Now I need to see the comments. How do I see comments? Oh, Stacy, I see your comment. Yay! And Julie is on. Good morning, Julie. So I'm going to be looking at the screen and trying to look up here. So that is awesome. Welcome, welcome. We're going to we got a few minutes. So here's an interesting story. I was, so I'm on this board that owns properties and stuff like that. We happen to be part owner in a hotel here in Boise. And they had come in, the people that manage it for us had come in to give us a report. And they said, don't ever underestimate the power of an influencer. Apparently there is this gal at a Star who has like 400,000 plus followers. She does hair. Her name is Jasmine Rae. That's R-A-E, hair company. Immediately looked her up, right? And oh my God, does she have a gorgeous head of hair. And she's got this whole thing, and I haven't like actually sat down and watched the videos, which I need to do, which is part of the funny story that I'm telling you. Anyway, so I caught a little video of her today. Oh wait, I was gonna say, she does this thing where she trained her hair to like just, I guess, to grow, but she's also trained it so she only washes it like once every 3 weeks. She's actually gone like 30 plus days without washing her hair. And I'm like, wow, that is fascinating. I've heard of this stuff. I am super curious about it. And like I said, she has this beautiful hair. And I actually caught a little video this morning, and she has these where it's just kind of curly, you know, she curls it with the flat iron thing. And I thought this morning, I got a flat iron. I should go curl my hair like Jasmine Rae. And so I tried, and I have to apparently go back and watch the whole video because for some reason it's only the bottom parts get curly, like everything on top is still straight. So only the bottom parts got curly. But anyway, that was my funny story. Jasmine Rae out of Star, Idaho. Go check her out. She's on Instagram and Facebook and all the places. Do I have any more? I have 8 comments, but for some reason, hey, good morning, Ashley. Thanks for joining. Cheryl, good morning. Kathy, good to have you here. Happy day to you too. So I guess we can kind of get things rolling. It is 10 on the dot. And I would like to introduce to you all my new friend from Peachtree City, Georgia. Her name is Bridget, and she is the mastermind behind Forgotten Fibers, which is our trunk show this week. Hello, Bridget.
Hi.
She says she had tornado warnings all night last night. I don't know what that's like. That's got to be a little frightening.
It's no worse than when I lived in Florida and there were hurricane warnings.
Oh, okay, well, there you go. I guess you just don't know what you don't know, right? Good morning, Tanya. Thanks for joining us today. So we'll just kind of get started on our little things here. We're going to start with what am I wearing? And today I fell in love with this hat. And so I decided this is what I'm wearing. And Bridget is going to tell us all about this hat.
Well, that is my Rainbows After Dark in Simply Worsted. It was the Pearl Soho's Simply Cuffed hat, I believe.
There's the cuff. And it is the Simply Cuffed hat.
It does all the work for you with the yarn. you just start knitting or crocheting, and the swirls happen as they may, and they change depending on which yarn weight you choose. So the thicker the yarn, like the Simply Worsted, you end up with this, like, as my husband said, it looked like a paint can spilled on it.
Yeah.
Or if you go with a lighter weight yarn, it ends up with swirls. I believe you have a Rainbows After the Storm hat somewhere around as well. And that actually has a swirl pattern to it. And it's the same.
We do have one. When we go on the fiber tour, we'll have to point that out when we see it. So this is so cool. And she has it. Do you have, so I know that you have some of these other, got the black with the different colors. Then we have gray with the different colors. Is there a white with the different colors out here?
There is not out there. I unfortunately ran out of time.
Okay.
Because I do have it here at home.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, well.
Sorry.
That is what it is. There is a pretty green one though, I did spy. So anyway, there's a couple of different options. So if you didn't want to go with the black, you've got some other options. Hey, quick good morning to Barbara and Heather. Thanks for joining us today. So anyhow, that is what I am wearing. Bridget, you want to tell us a little bit about what is over your left shoulder there?
Oh, so over my left shoulder here is my first ever dye job.
Really?
This is the Comfort Made cardigan. I actually make little sets for it now.
Oh, cool beans.
They all were claimed by the Grocery Girls knit along. That is currently happening. But this was I wanted to make this cardigan for me and my mother. And yeah, I couldn't get the La BM Amy yarn. So I tried my hand at dyeing. And that happened.
Now, wait a minute. Is that how you got started?
It is. My
No
crazy.
kidding.
I decided I wanted to make a cardigan, and it kind of just happened.
And you just kind of did it.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Like, that was my first full-on dye job. The first ever dye job was actually over dyeing some Madeline Tosh one-of-a-kind color that was supposed to be gray and came to me rather green.
My gosh, you know what? We had one in our store forever, and it was like this highlighter green color. And Jessica, who used to be with us for many years, she ended up doing an over dye on that. And the color, I can't remember what color she dyed it to, but it was amazing. Like, it was it over dyed so nicely.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
So I took the leftover gray dye I had and went to town, bought a couple other colors, and that's how it was.
Yeah,
no.
It's beautiful.
I would be wearing it right now, but it's Georgia. It's actually hot here.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a thing. Not so much here yet, although it is supposed to damn near hit 70 today. So I'll be losing the hat in a little bit.
Yeah, well, with all the rain we've had, it's been muggy. There's no way I'm wearing a sweater right now.
Yeah. We do have our sweet friend Barbara is asking if she can get a close-up of that sweater. Is that possible? And that's just an Andrea Mowry, right?
Yep, that's the Comfort Fade cardigan, and this was done on Simply DK. So
the Simply DK, which is 100% merino, is gorgeous.
And
wow. There you go, Barbara. Ask and you shall receive.
There.
Ask and you shall receive.
I, of course, am a tall girl, and I modified it like all of us crafters do. You can never.
And you get to do that. Yeah, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of making your stuff, is you get to do that. Yep. Okay. So we're going to move on to what I'm knitting. Let's start with Bridget. She is very busy right now. Bridget, what are you working on today?
So I am working on a very heavily modified slip extravaganza by Stephen West.
Wait a minute. You didn't not cast on enough stitches modification, did you?
No, not like yours. No, I did extra. So
overcorrected.
instead of it being that beautiful crescent shape that he did, I decided since I already made one, I wanted a semicircle.
Okay.
And I wanted to do it not in my really bright rainbow, but my more subdued rainbow colors. So I made sure that I was going to get 12 honeycombs in the beginning section.
Oh,
So
brilliant. Because in this section, we don't have all 12.
No, you have 9.
Boy, look at the color differences between those two. That is amazing. It is gorgeous. Look at this. She missed this so much because she sent it to us for a trunk show that she started in the one she's working on.
Yeah, I started this one 4 days ago.
Oh, nice. You don't waste a whole lot of time, do you?
This is what I do while I'm waiting for yarn to set.
For always being productive, right?
Always.
Nothing wrong with that. All right. Well, I'm going to talk about what I'm working on. And I said, I apologize. I missed you guys. I haven't been here for 2 weeks. And so it's nice to be back. I'm just going to look at some comments real quick. Barbara, you're absolutely welcome. Cynthia says, awesome comfort care sweater. Sure. Virginia, good morning. Virginia loves the sweater. Okay, so we're moving on to so here's, it's been a couple weeks since I've been here. So the last time I was here was in February on a live. And it was right before National Crochet Month. And I had said, I am going to crochet in National Crochet Month. And, but before National Crochet Month started, and I went on a little vacation with my mother and we knit a lot. Like we went down to, we were in Palm Springs and people keep asking like, well, how is Palm Springs? This is great. We golfed, we knitted, and we ate our way through the desert. So it was a perfect vacation for the two of us. Anyhow, so I'd started on this and I am so addicted to it. I don't want to stop. I don't want to work on anything else. Okay. So I'm working on the Night Book by Rachel Isley. I may have screwed that name up, but this is the color work. I hope you guys can see that okay. Does that come up pretty good? Or am I too close? Anyway, I love it. And Chad was like, oh my God, yeah, you said it was going to be really easy, but now what do you think? And I am a person that I get distracted. Like my world is full of squirrels and I get distracted pretty easily. So I was a little concerned about my attention span on this. Lace work is like a nightmare for me because I am constantly having to back up and fix stuff because I just have a hard time staying focused. But I can't believe this thing. I think I've screwed it up twice and figured it out pretty quick and just had to back up and make a little correction and then off I went. So it is a fantastic knit. It is so much fun. I'm knitting it with the Madeline Tosh DK. It's Madeline Tosh Light, not DK, Madeline Tosh Light Tweed. And it's single ply and I love it. And I matched it up with Chicken Coop, which we had a couple of back in February. They have a great, just kind of a gray tonal colorway. Oh, look at this cute bag I have. Look at, thank you, BG. It's super cute. It says, grow a life you love, right? Beautiful, beautiful thing to say. Anyhow, this is super cute. It's got, if I can get all my yarn back in here. I do. This kind of sits on the floor next to me. And so I have my yarns out. Look at that cute little drawstring top. So anyhow, thank you, BG. That is a great bag. I love it. I'm going to look through some comments real quick. Laura, so many rainbows, right? I mean, you wait till we're going to go on tour here in a minute. It is full of rainbows in here. It's gorgeous and bright. Like the colors are so vibrant. Okay, so Bridget.
Yes.
I usually ask 3 questions and we kind of covered one, like how you got started in it. For those of you that maybe are just getting on here and didn't hear, she got started because she wanted to knit the Comfort Fade Cardi. and couldn't afford all the yarn because it takes a lot of yarn. And so she's like, well, I'll just dye it myself. And she did, and then turned it into a business. And so thank you for that. The second question I like to ask is, what inspires you today when you're dyeing?
So obviously rainbows are really big to me. I might have grown up in the 90s where Lisa Ring was on all of my folders, backpacks, stickers, everything. Because yeah. So I have an extreme love of rainbows and bright colors. Also, for my personal wardrobe, I like to have like the statement pieces, like the slipstravaganza, but then my everyday wear pieces, which is why you get things like the sweaters behind you, which are these beautiful jewel tone colors.
Let's put this one front and center, right?
Yeah. So that is, I dubbed it my Cardigan. It's actually supposed to be a cardigan, but I tend to like things really, really long. And it is made out of Emerald City. And I actually did an entire series of yarns based on my favorite movie of all time, The Wizard of Oz.
Yay.
Because I love musicals. And so that was Emerald City that inspired that color. And I just love the effect that the yarn goes through with the tonal shifts.
It does, and they're subtle. What is something that is always hard, right? Is when you're doing any kind of thing that requires good stitch definition to really, you know, whether it's cables or something like that, that you want to see, you use the colored yarns and you lose the pattern, right? But on this, you can see that beautiful cable. It just pops. Yeah, it's the color changes are very subtle.
Yeah, I love that one. That is my absolute favorite color for making it. I don't know why. I just have this severe happy dance whenever I get orders for that in, because it's like, yay, it's my favorite color.
Well, I've already, had somebody in last week. We had a different trunk show on the floor, so we couldn't, yours wasn't out yet, but we'd gotten the yarn already, and the gal had come in. She was looking for something that was green, but she didn't want all the colors. She was looking for, more of a solid green. I'm like, wow. And I ran to the back real quick and brought this skein out, and she was so excited. I said, next week, you can come in and get it next week. So I know I've already sold some of it. So if you're interested in that color, you better get in here. I think she's got it in every base that she sent. So that's a bonus.
So there's 6 of every single base for most colors. I did run out of time because I do this in my kitchen. So
getting it done, working with what you got.
Yeah, I'm limited on time. So, but I did get 6 skeins of pretty much every color I sent you in every base.
That is fantastic. Well, yeah, there's a lot of yarn here. We have sweater and garment quantities, people. So you got to come in and check it out. You want to talk about the blue sweater real quick?
The blue sweater, the endless sea of stockinette that my husband wanted.
Ooh, so Chadwick wants it too, by the way.
That was me bringing out yarn to my husband, because I have, normally I now carry 16 different yarn bases.
Oh my good Lord. Thank you for not sending them all.
Figured I'd limit it. And I just gave him a bunch of different ones, and I said, all right, so what thickness do you want? And he's like, I want it lighter weight, like your green sweater. Okay, out of these ones, what do you want? And he kept on touching. He's like,
I'll take the one with the cashmere, please.
And he doesn't do any fibery things. He's just like, it's so soft. I'm like, okay, of course you picked the dreamy.
Yeah, the cashmere, the man has good taste. I just want to hug it. It's so soft and nice.
I keep on going up to my husband and hugging him, and he thinks it's because I love him.
Oh,
but that is,
well, clearly you do, because that is a labor of love right there.
Yeah. It was more than a labor of love, because my husband is 6'5". And We went by his chest measurement, like I always do, but this is the first time I've made him a pullover. And the cardigans I've made him have always fit him beautifully. You know, fold over flaps, everything's good. Well, when I got to the body and he tried it on, I might have had to rip it all out because we forgot that we both like to drink beer.
Oh, shoot. Uh-oh.
So that Endless Sea was made twice.
Oh, well, there you go. It is a labor of love.
Which also speaks to the yarn because it held up to being ripped out and reknit.
It sure did. It sure did. Well, it is beautiful. Like I said, hopefully you'll get it back. If not, I'll give you Chadwick's address.
I know it matches his beard right now, but he can't keep that.
No, it doesn't. His beard is back to being the natural color. It's this stuff that he can put in it, and it just washes out. It doesn't really dye the hair. It's more of like a paste, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Anyhow, a wax. It's a wax. It was green yesterday.
Well, of course, St. Patty's Day.
Of course. I'm still waiting for the day. He's got all the colors to make the rainbow. It will happen. Looking forward to that. All right. What do you say we go on a quick tour of the yarn? I'm going to pop this off. We're going to switch my camera around. Maybe. It just doesn't seem like it wants to work. There we go. We're switched around. Okay. And then we stopped Bridget's video, but she can still talk and she's going to tell us a little bit about what we're looking at. I think we're starting with the Simply DK.
Oh, Simply DK. That is a wonderful yarn. It's 100% superwash merino, 4 plies, just easy peasy to deal with. And I know that a lot of my colors are extremely highly saturated. I want to let everybody know things like that ruby red slippers in the back and Emerald City get washed approximately 7 times.
Oh my gosh.
Just to ensure that the water runs clear and nobody ends up with fingers like we sometimes do when we work with certain brands of yarns.
Yeah, or when you go to block it and it bleeds.
Yeah.
That one. All right, we're going to move into Dreamy DK, which is that fabulous cashmere blend.
That has to be my absolute favorite base, or the Dreamy bases. I just can't get enough of it. As I said, I was going up to my husband to pet him and hug him, though he thought that because I loved him.
It's beautiful.
Absolutely wonderful. It takes the color beautifully and it's just so gosh darn soft.
Yeah, it's very consistent between the 100% merino and the little bit of cashmere. The cashmere, I wonder if it's even a little bit lighter. I don't know.
The cashmere will blend. It tends to be a slight bit lighter than the Simply blend.
Yeah. Side by side.
But it's typically because of the nylon content in it.
Okay, that makes sense. Oh, a little lesson in dyeing. Okay, all right, we're moving on to Sock It To Me.
Oh, the workhorse yarn. That is a great fingering weight yarn. It's more of a light fingering, but that holds up to socks so well. My best friend just learned how to knit because, well, I'm an indie dyer and she said she finally had to try it after years of crocheting. And I think she currently has 11 skeins of Sock It To Me and it's gone on an extreme sock obsession.
That happens. That happens. Okay, so we got just like 4 skeins of sparkle here.
That was because you also have some mini skeins that are in sparkle. So in case anybody wants to do a little project with color
What
work.
about like this project?
And that project. So that is my rainbows, double rainbows. And that is just the natural yarn clouds. And it was done on sparkly sock. It's the splatter paint shawl.
Okay. Oh, that lighting kind of got icky. There we go.
But that would also work great with Octopus's Garden.
Oh, yeah. Good. Well, so we have a couple sparkles, and we'll get to the small skeins here in just a little bit. So don't forget about those, folks. All right, here we are going into Simply Sock.
Simply Sock is actually what the Emerald City Cardigan is made out of.
Oh, and what is that right there? Emerald City. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I mean, the saturation is so amazing. Your colors are so vibrant.
Yeah, and as I said, I do my gosh darn best to make sure that you will never end up with yarn bleed. And besides just washing the yarns, I actually do a secondary process because a lot of times dyeing can be rather harsh on yarns, especially colors that are in the black and gray. You end up with yarn that feels, well, not so nice. So the yarns go through a lovely little conditioning treatment so that the sheep can get their natural feel back.
So this one's a little bit different. It's definitely not like the rainbow ones. It's just got a little bit of specks of color in it.
So I had a few random skeins and I figured why not send them to you. That is called Dark Side of the Moon. Again, I am a huge music fan, musicals, music in general. So a lot of my colors.
It's so funny that you keep saying that because that's going to lead us right into another thing I'm going to talk about later. So just keep that in mind, people. All right, sorry, go ahead.
So you'll find that a lot of my colors are named after music as well. I have Dark Side of the Moon there. There is Octopus's Garden, as in I'd like to be under the sea.
Unicorn Farts. What musical is that from? I don't think I've heard of that one yet.
Yeah, that was just the best name I could come up with. Have you ever tried to name yarn?
Okay, well, we need to come up with a musical now that incorporates a song entitled You.
And the one that you just were on was Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. Yeah. Hey, and just so people know, we just moved into another base too. This is the Dreamy Sock with the cashmere buttons.
So that's the base that my husband's sweater was made out of.
And is it the sapphire or is it?
It's the sapphire is what his was done out of.
Yeah. How many skeins did you use on it?
For his, it was right under 4.
Oh, look at that, folks. We got enough. We have enough here for one of those sweaters.
Yeah, it was right under 4 skeins. And again, he's 6'5", so I actually had to adjust the pattern and make it longer in both the arms and body.
Oh, wow. All right. So
then,
that is the table. We are going to move over here to our little gray stand. And this is your worsted weight.
That is the worsted weight. It's the weight of the hat that you are currently wearing.
Oh, look at that shadow of my camera. Sorry about that.
It's just adding a little something.
I know it is. There's no way of getting around that. Okay, so this is the.
Oh, you guys have cast it on chunky. Those were some last minute additions. That is a single ply chunky weight yarn.
Oh, I love single plies. Oh, wait a minute.
There are hats to go with it.
There are hats. I think there's one on the table too.
Yep. So that was Vaporwave and Charcoal.
Okay. And then you have it in the reverse, right?
Yes, I do. So I have a tiny head. So
we're going to wander over here. We're going to put these two side by side so we can see them. So look at the difference between these two hats. What a huge difference just swapping those colors out.
Yep. Yeah. So Vaporwave was actually the brainchild of a customer of mine who has my cell phone number and constantly texts me.
Oh, you have one of those?
And I'm way too friendly. So she asked me if one of my standard colors that I have called Blue Nebula, what would happen if I switched the dark purple out for pink?
Oh.
And that craziness appeared, and it just reminded me of a vaporwave aesthetic that you would see in Miami Beach when I was growing up in the 80s.
Oh, totally. Totally, for sure. It's fantastic. All right. Okay. So this right here, folks, this is a little kit that she's put together, and this is for the slips. How do you say it again?
Slipstravaganza by Stephen West.
Extravaganza. So look at those gorgeous colors. So this is the same colorway as the one that's back behind me earlier that we looked at. All right, so last thing here, we've got these adorable little mini skein sets. We have them in several bases in 2 sizes. Ooh, wait a minute, let's back up. Here's the sparkle. We promised we were going to show you. All right. Hey, and look at this. I don't know if you people saw my post from the other day. A friend of mine needle felted this for me. She started needle felting maybe 2 months ago. So this is her little rendition of Ruby. Oh, welcome, welcome, Ruby, and thank you, Brandy. All right. That's it for the tour. We're moving back over. Bridget, thank you. And Chadwick, you can fire up her camera again. Let me get this hooked back in here. Oh, you got to turn your, there's Bridget right there. Okay, so that was the tour. That's a lot of yarn.
Yeah,
That's a lot of yarn.
I kind of always go big or go home.
I have no problem with that. None whatsoever.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if you can, like the whole slipstravaganza, but like the current thing on other project on my needles might be ruby red slippers.
Oh, wow. Oh, you got a little lace work in there.
Oh, lots of lace work.
Lots of lace work. That's beautiful.
But it also might be as wide as my couch right now. And this is a duster for me.
Oh my goodness.
So
oh yeah, it's a good thing you have your own yarn company, right?
Yeah, that was actually yarn that I got from a different supplier, and I was like, not as much, don't like this as much.
Oh, no kidding. Well, there you go. All right, I'm gonna go through some comments real quick. Laura likes the sparkle paint shawl. Well, you gotta come in and check out the yarn, Laura. Stacy, is that the rainbow with the green base? Thinking of your hat. Yeah, I'll go get it. Stay right there. Oh, not really. I thought I saw it, and it's not really got a green base. The whole thing is a rainbow.
That is double rainbows.
That is double rainbows.
So if you actually untwist the skein.
I can do that. I have that skill set.
I also have it here.
Okay.
So I have it on mine. So it's literally a double rainbow.
Oh, it is a double rainbow. Okay, now somebody else is gonna have to wind it back up. Look at that. You're so good, so quick.
Yeah, don't ask my 15-year-old to help with this though.
That's all right. All right, Kathy says, yay, gotta love a worsted weight. Gotta come in and check it out. Kelly says, looks so much fun. Hello, Brenda. Stacy. Remember the sweater from another trunk show? I used mini skeins on the, yeah, those mini skeins would be perfect. Like, what else would you use those mini skeins for?
The mini skeins would be great for if you are a lover of Stephen West, like I am, any of his little honeycomb patterns. I mean, his painting bricks, the yoke on a sweater.
Yeah.
You know, just to change it up, you can make your own little like mini fade. Say you have a DK, it calls for DK weight. You can hold 2 fingering weights together and slowly fade your own.
There you go. There you go. You mentioned earlier too about socks. People like to use them to do like the heels and toes and stuff.
The socket to me goes over really well. People tend to buy that to make the heels, toes, and cuffs on their socks.
Okay.
It is a high nylon content in socket to me. It's 25% nylon just to give it that strength that you really need for the wear and tear on socks.
Nice, smart. Heather wants to know, does she have a website that we can order yarn from after the trunk show? Do you have a website or an Etsy, or what do you use?
I have Etsy, and it's actually listed on all of the labels too. It's
perfect.
/shop/forgotten fiber. It's me.
Okay. Oh, and Chadwick also dropped all of your social media links in the comments. So I'm sure you can get to her store from any of those locations either. Be funneling them in from everywhere. All right, so last question, Bridget, where do you see Forgotten Fibers at in 5 years?
Well, hopefully it will have moved out of my kitchen and dining room, because I would like all of my beautiful vintage furniture to go back where it belongs.
Oh, yeah.
Big vintage girl here, if you can't see, like behind me.
Oh, wow. What are those?
Those are popcorn art from the 1960s, and they are all around my room. Every
wow.
day. I refinish my own furniture.
Of course you do.
And of course, this shirt was my mom's from the 70s. Never underestimate the power of a woman.
I love it. I love it.
But so we're actually currently in the process of getting bids to get contractors to finish our basement, so that I get a dye studio, and hopefully in 5 years or so, when my son is done with high school, we will be moving out to our own property where I can have a proper
building
to myself. And by that time, be in yarn shops is the goal.
I love it. I think that's fantastic. Well, we'll support you any way we can. This yarn is unbelievable. I am hoping a very successful trunk show. Unfortunately, our sales tend to follow the weather a lot here, and the weather is getting nicer. So we're going to go out and drag people in, because they are not going to want to miss this. The yarn is unbelievable.
But I just, honestly, where I'm at right now is even amazing to me, because I started selling yarn January 26th of last year.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
So this has been 1 year.
Yeah. Well, I'd say you're doing pretty, I think you're on the right track.
I hope so. And I hope everybody enjoys the yarn. And if you don't get any, just at least go in and pet it, because pet the dreamy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Come and hug the sweater. That sweater might come back a little with a few more balls on it than it showed up with. I don't know. We'll see how durable that yarn is. All right. So I'm just going to take a few minutes, Bridget, to kind of go through some announcements and from my folks out there, and then we'll get on to the drawing, this week's drawing giveaway. So I want to remind everybody it's National Crochet Month. I hope you're out there crocheting. I hope you're trying it. If you've been thinking about trying it, this is a great time to do it. I know that we've got some good beginner crochet classes. Libby is doing a great job, and we're having fun with that. I'm trying to think. I got a list of classes here. She must be all sold out, because I don't see it showing up. Maybe we'll have to talk to her about maybe doing some more crochet classes. Anyway, you see back behind the lovely our garment. You can see back there, and I know we've been talking about it. Miss Kimberly Dillon, thank you so much for that beautiful crocheted Afghan that you brought in. It is gorgeous. So many hours of work. I just can't even imagine. So thank you for that. Crocheting, tons of fun. So if you haven't tried it, do it. Next week, we're going to have Backcountry Fibers in. I got to get on the phone with our sweet friend Alexandra from over in Oregon yesterday and chatted with her for a while. I had to call her up because we got an email saying, hey, do you want to buy my LYS colorway this year? And I thought, holy heck, I was just asking you last month, are they doing an LYS this year? And she hadn't heard anything. And so called her up and said, what's going on? And she said, well, I'm doing my own LYS. And for those of you, LYS Day, which is your local yarn store day. right? It was designed to kind of help just really promote the local yarn stores and what they offer in the communities and really shed a light on them. And so we've always had a lot of companies that have participated in that, and TNNA is the one that sponsored that for the most part. And we haven't seen much from them lately. So Alexandra just decided she's going to do it herself. I said, great. When is it? We're in. So April 17th is going to be LYS Day this year. And we're going to have Alexandra on our live on April 15th. So join in, put that on your calendar so we can all get caught up with the fabulous Alexandra. She's got tons of things going on in her world. And she's had some pretty amazing, I don't know if I want to call them obstacles or what, but she's had to deal with some pretty major stuff on top of COVID this last year. So it'll be fun and exciting to catch up with her and see how she's doing and where she's headed. Classes. We've got tons of them on. And Cindy has just recently said that she's been chatting it up with her students and stuff, and they feel comfortable to go ahead and bump it up to 6 spots. So we've got a couple more classes. Some of the classes, if you've looked and they'd sold out, we got some more spots in there. So go back and look again. The Dashes and Dots, which starts next week, the 27th, which is super cute cowl. It's a great little color work project. It's got some spots available. So go in and check that out. If you're wanting to get in there, get it done. And I'm really excited to announce that we're now offering the spin class. So we're super excited about that. We're going to get people spinning some fiber around here. There are 4 spots. There were 4 spots available. A couple of them are gone. So if you're wanting to get in there, do a little spinning, get signed up for that class before those spots are gone, because there's only a couple left. Guess what else we got coming up just around the corner? I've mentioned it a couple of times. The Spring Tangle 2021. We were going to have it in April, which is when we've typically had it, but we decided to go ahead and bump it out to May. It's going to be on May 2nd this year. Tickets are going to go on sale that first week of April. So listen for that. We got all of our projects are out being worked on right now. We got the photo shoot scheduled. I don't mind telling you, we're going to have it out at Cary Hill this year. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be some really cool lifestyle shots. And then, and oh my goodness, the swag bags are getting crazy. So I know that there are some people that just come to the show for the swag, and I'm going to tell you, it's totally worth it. So be listening for that. Tickets, I say, go on sale. Looks like April 5th. So be watching for that, because it'll sell out quick. Oh yeah, remember when you were talking earlier, Bridget, about all the musicals and stuff?
Yes.
So my team, we were trying to do contests. We do 1 a quarter, right? And we sat down a couple of months ago and thought, what are we going to do for our Q2 contest this year? And for some reason, the song Summer Lovin' from Grease pops into my head, and I'm like, oh my God, we have to do like I love that feeling, right? That it just makes me feel summer. And I thought, how can we incorporate that somehow into this? So we decided to do the contest is going to be whatever song inspires summer in you, right? Use that as your inspiration for the garment that you want to do. And so find a musical, what's your favorite song, and you know, how does that make you feel? What the colors, texture, all that stuff. So you got to get a little creative and dig a little bit deep in order to really feel that. So the parameters are lace to DK, minimum of 400 yards. So that's it. We'll knit it and crocheted. So start thinking about that song. What's your song that makes you feel summer?
Oh, goodness. All right. See, you can't.
I put you on the spot.
You did. I know fall, I know spring, but you're asking for summer.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. Yeah. Well, like I said, and it's funny. It should be like Womp Bow Loo Bump or whatever that song is, however you say that, because that's at the end of the movie when they're rolling into summer. Yeah. But Summer Lovin' for me is just I just love that song.
I don't know. maybe this is gonna, show my age, but Smash Mouth All-Star.
Oh my God, I love that song. Yes, I totally see that. Well, no, that's a fantastic song. Jessica and I went to TNA. I think it's our first TNA we went to, and it was in Columbus. And they had a little street fair just a couple of roads over. And we went out to go check it out one evening, and they had Smash Mouth playing in the middle of this intersection they had closed down. And it started raining, and we're out there in the rain, just jamming to Smash Mouth. It was so much fun. It was a good time. Anyway, so that's our Q2 contest. So start thinking about that song and see where that kind of inspires you to go. So I'm excited to hear about some of these stories. We're going to look through some comments real quick, see what we got. Lots from Chadwick. Barbara's tuning in for the Alexandra, April 15th. Is she coming over? I know that she wants to, that I want to say, I guarantee that she will. We just don't know when yet. And you'll find out more in April, because like I said, she's got a lot of things going on right now. And so just depending on how those things play out, we'll kind of say when she gets here. We usually get to have her here that first week of May, which is her birthday. And it's always love to celebrate that. It's like Chadwick said all those things. How long is the trunk show here? 2 weeks. But I wouldn't wait. If you like something, I would get in here and get it this week. I would not wait, but she will be here for 2. Okay, so we're caught up on comments. Let's see. So Beatrix is one of our yarns that we had here for the Sweater Weather Get Together. And we have just a few colors left. And some pretty decent quantities, like garment quantities almost. And so I've decided that it's time for Beatrix to move on out and make some way for some of our lighter, more spring and summer yarn. So the Beatrix is on sale for 40% off. You can get it in store or online. So if you've been waiting for that, now's the time to jump on it. So get on it. And we just got a huge order of needles and notions in. So if you've been waiting on anything, it's here. Get in here and get it. Get it. Okay. That's all of my announcements. I reached the end of my sheet, and that means it's time for the giveaway. What are we, and my Bridget has very generously contributed a beautiful giveaway. What do you got for us today?
So everybody kind of has a different favorite yarn base. But yes, the winner of this contest will get to choose one pack of mini skeins out of the 4 different ones that I offer.
Oh, fantastic. So there you go. It's a pack of mini skeins. And she's got DK and 3 stock weights, and they're all different bases. And one of them is sparkling. So, all right, let me get my magic bowl. And for those of you that don't know how to get your name into the bowl, is you just have to give us a thumbs up, a heart on the video, or drop a comment down below, and that will get your name. And it will, if you do it for this week, it puts you in for next week's giveaway. So here's my cute little yarn bowl. We're gonna pick a name out. Here it is. Oh my goodness. Barbara Kissy, winner chicken dinner today. Congratulations. That is awesome. So, yay, Barbara. Come in and get your mini skeins that picked out. I think that's it for us. Bridget, you got anything else you want to say?
No, just thank you for having me on, for asking me to participate in this. It's been a pure pleasure. Now I think my stress level will hopefully go down a little. I think I've gained a few more gray hairs in this process.
Well, we hate to do that.
I'm 37. I'm 37. It's about time I got some of them.
You say that. say that now. I finally had to give up, quit dyeing mine, and everybody's like, "Oh, but it's such a beautiful gray." And I'm like, "Yeah, there are still some days when you look in the mirror and you're like, ugh, I miss my beautiful brown hair."
I look at them and I see trophies.
Yeah, boy, if I looked at mine and thought trophies, then I have win a chicken dinner.
You are the Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh man. Well, that's all right. It is what it is. It's all part of it. So just decided to own it and move on. All right. Okay. Do we have any more comments? Diane says hello. Stacy went to Smash Mouth concert once and they played Easy like Sunday morning. Oh, nice. As their last piece completely transcended, got all back. People went crazy. Barbara, she's going to stop by the shop today. We look forward to seeing you soon, honey. Lots of congratulations. Oh, she's thinking about the sparkles. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. All right, everybody. Hope you all stay safe and you have a good weekend. Get in here to check out the trunk show. Bridget, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, Chadwick, are you ready to shut it down before I have this awkward pause? All right. Okay, everybody. Y'all stay twisted out there. We hope to see you soon. Bye-bye now.